and move down from there. There's a lot of good little pit stops along the way on that side of the map. So for Alter Ego, again, a risky drop, which I don't think was particularly necessary here. The Xavier, kind of expected from them, move up towards northern side, take the high ground control, and play off the back of that one. So I like this from Xavier indeed. Mad Bulls also find themselves on the northern side of Yasnaya. Very nice little quick rotate from them, and a very hard shift over towards the eastern side, encompassing a lot of water in this one as well. So if teams want to get their feet wet, they certainly can if they want to live out this game a little bit longer. But for most teams, it's going to be either trying to sweep on this northern side or trying to hold towards some of these compounds on the edge. It's kind of a difficult position to play in. Some teams will be afforded some great spots early on if they were able to get here quick enough, but some teams on this outer edge will be struggling to find themselves a home.
Yeah, man, this is one that's setting up to potentially be a bit of a community swimming pool circle if it keeps up like this. About 40% water at the minute, so landmass really going to be important to lay claim to early. Try and set yourself up as quick as physically possible and don't leave it up to another squad to already claim all of the compounds. The mass migrations are coming through. You can see everyone starting to make their rotate down towards the zone, trying to get there as quick as physically possible. Bit of contact on some of the players that are playing slightly more defensive as well inside of the compounds, just listening out for where everyone's heading. Mad Bulls stopping for a quick pit adjustment. Meanwhile, we've got the pull-up from Alliance down towards the compound of Rejects, and that nade was tasty, Blank. That was a free-pointer straight onto the head of OCO.
Yeah, certainly painful. In the meantime, Inco is getting picked up by Enigma Galaxy. That's on the south side right now. Both teams were rotating in, so some pretty decent shots, I assume, were being made from inside the vehicle itself. Very much a turret going through right now from Enigma Galaxy, all in one vehicle. Slightly dangerous, but it's worked out for them so far, with Inco taking one knock and a flush off the back of that. In the meantime, Malise Esports situate themselves all the way over towards Lipovka, try and keep themselves as safe as possible. Alter Ego regroup on the coastal side towards the east with 3 players, but surrounded by an N-Hyper as well as the Mad Bulls, who have picked up what I think is one of my favorite positions within this circus, a really nice ridge side that you can play from over on this eastern edge, and keeps you very clear. You do have to worry about some of the teams on the eastern side. See right now, Enigma Galaxy just cannot find anywhere to stay. And this is what I'm talking about. If you come out on the edge here, you are going to be driving around a lot. And it's even more terrifying the fact they're in one vehicle, which is exactly why they try and get into a second, but not before Coops is pulled out of it. And Freak will just have to leave off the back of that.
Man, it's so unlucky. You see the heads-up play there, trying to dash the smoke can before the drop, so it blooms to at least give him some sort of cover. But unfortunately, UDO Alliance had such a good angle, such a good line of sight onto that position that they've basically just been gifted a freebie. And the situation there worsens even more for them. So you're still driving around looking for a parking spot in a never-ending garage. And there will never be a parking spot, Blank, because everyone is already set up with guns, using these parking spots as compounds to play in.
Yeah, and they won't be leaving anytime soon, so you're not getting that middle space. I'm sorry about that. In the meantime, we do get a circle that moves down towards that south side, in which case Reject and UDO Alliance's compounds become very, very valuable indeed. So for UDO Alliance, currently they do have the strongest spot, which is up on high. Reject slightly safer in terms of the fact that they can just sort of sit in this compound for a while. You know that UDO Alliance, with them being in this compound, they're not likely to move anytime soon, so they don't want to expend too many grenades just sending them down over towards Reject. So Reject have this outpost which is guarded by UDO Alliance. Eventually they are likely going to have to fight against one another, but both teams in this sort of mutual agreement at the moment.
Malise as well, hitting a nice shot across onto Freak and dropping the man. So the situation still just going from bad to worse, second after second, constantly taking damage and feeling uncomfortable, just playing out in the open, exposed to the elements at this point. Reject Tokyo firing off the warning shots. FaZe on the move as well. Round the side of the ridge, contact from inside of the building. Ifan spitting bullets at him, seeing if he can keep the pressure on. Mormon going to dash back with a couple of smokes as well, at least provide some protection. Koi's got the range on it, trying to debate whether or not he wants to engage on this one. If he can hit the shots with such a substantial drop, battle back as well. FaZe constantly just taking damage from either side now. A lot of HP being licked off them as well. So this could start getting a bit rough for FaZe, Blank, if they can't find a way to calm this one down.
Yeah, and Hyper has got so many angles on you. GK first over towards the shack right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building.
So many angles on you.
GK first over towards the shack right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you. GK first comes in with right now. Jifan taking shots from inside the building. Hyper so many angles on you.
smokes to hold themselves for now, but Zara is engaging with it. It's a nice first nade. Got the lineup on the second as well, Blank. The nades alone could be enough to deal with them.
Man, the long arm on Sarah is looking good, but nasty shots coming in from Nakaze through the smoke, takes down a fair few of them. Now Duello left to challenge versus Nakaze off in the distance. Nice shot on the edge, but quickly cleans them all up. And what a clean finish there from Nakaze at the end. It looked like it was all done and dusted for the squad, but fantastically well held out by Nakaze. Gladiator's still at 4 players alive, but one of the final teams to be on this